Mr. Okay, second page, first line. It says, reflecting on my term, there were things I've done well, things I've done okay, and things I've done poorly. What things were you referring to?
Yeah, so do you want me to give like examples of like everything or? Oh, okay, where should I start? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a very good question. But yeah, I guess if you continue reading further down, I guess I kind of like gave examples, but yeah. Could you help me like, as in, can you be more specific? No, like, I can give you an example, I guess. Things I've done. Which one do you want me to give an example of?
Like what have you done well, what have you done okay?
Oh. Okay. Okay, I think things I've done well. Okay, I'll start with, what should I start with? Okay, I'll start with the good, and then the bad, then the okay. Okay, the good, I think I've done a pretty decent job with the transport. Yeah, I guess like in the booklet I sort of outlined my roles and yeah, and I think I did a pretty decent job. So I think for some people you guys might not did not manage to get transport home, like the villagers. Okay, I'm sorry. And like certain city people, but yeah, I guess I'd just like to like briefly tell you my rationale of organizing. Like for me, I would give priority to those who are located outside the city, and and especially to girls. So if you're a guy, I'm sorry, you have to man up and walk home with someone. Oh my gosh, this is not going to the minutes, right? Okay, anyway. Yeah. So usually I give priority to girls and like those who are living further away. So that's how I plan things, and yeah, it depends on the availability of drivers as well. So I think things I've done okay. I think I guess writing the weekly newsletter is one of them. Yeah, because it's something that I do every week, and certain weeks I'll be bogged down with like studies and everything, and certain weeks, you know, how I'll feel like sometimes I'm spiritually dry, so sometimes I do not feel like I'm in a position to like encourage you guys, but I'll still get it done, but I don't think it's the best I've done, admittedly, so yeah, it's something that I could have improved on. And is there anything else? If you want, you can have a chat with me. We can have. No, this is not going to the minutes. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Any more questions or comments for the secretary? No, then I'll.
Gabriel Cole. For the benefit of maybe new members or maybe not so regular members, how often are committee meetings held and how long are they held, and like maybe how is the agenda of committee meetings usually like?
Okay, that's a very good question. I think a lot of people might not know. Okay, so first question is like how often we have committee meetings. We usually have committee meetings every week. Yeah, almost every week. Sometimes if things are really tight, we might have it like every once in 2 weeks kind of thing, but usually every week on a Saturday. Usually Saturday or Sunday for like an average of 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So what we do is we spend the time, we'll debrief, we have a debrief, so what we'll do is we'll see what, we'll talk about how OCF went the night before, or the 2 nights before, and we'll talk, and let's say there's a special event like combined meetings or like a fundraising or like outreach event, we'll come together and then we'll talk about it. and talk about how it went and what can be done. So another thing we do, we also plan for upcoming events. So yeah, so let's say okay, in a few weeks' time we have a combined meeting. Then and if let's say our center is supposed to organize it, we'll come together. We'll discuss like, okay, who are we going to delegate yeah, the job to, and like who should we approach, and yeah, how like the nitty-gritty stuff about planning. Yeah, and another thing that we do is we pray. So we do that yeah, all the time. Yeah, and I guess we pray for a variety of things. So we pray for the center, we pray for like specific events, and like I think if there's like a specific need a specific urgent need that we need to address, then I mean that needs to be prayed for. We'll also pray for that as well. So that's basically the gist of committee meetings. Yeah. And it's, yeah. Does that answer your question? Is it?
I guess also adding on from a president's point of view, it's also because OCF is a spiritual ministry. It is a ministry. It's a spiritual club or spiritual group, and it's actually one of the roles or responsibilities or the things that a president should do. That is to look after the committee members, as a shepherd as well. Admittedly, there wasn't quite enough time spent in nurturing them spiritually, and I guess that's one of the problems with there are a bit too many admin things that were being focused on rather than caring for the members' spiritual condition. And that's something that I also encourage incoming committees or in the future to consider taking care of the members' spiritual needs rather than spending too much time on the admin stuff. Any other questions or comments? If not, then I'll move the motion that the Secretary's report is adopted as official record. Who seconded? Wee Mei Fu and Jorina Fu. So now's the time for the Treasurer's report and financial statements. Spend some time going through them.